Hi Collective, welcome to the channel, Cosmic Divine Dreamer. Hi everyone. So this is going to be a collective reading for all of the beautiful collective, all of you that watch my channel, right? Or whoever's, guided to this. If you're not subscribed, then subscribe to the channel because you are guided here for a reason. So, yeah, I'm going to go back to just keeping things more basic, right? Really just focusing on the energies that are surrounding me to do the readings, because I was trying to branch out and do more of the collectives, because I admire the beautiful tarot readers that can do the collectives, I was watching a new, very beautiful reader, and the way that she does the readings are just so amazing. I should give shout outs, but I gotta think of, I know it's her name is on the channel. Something Stone tarot, I can't remember. But it inspires me so much, but when I try to do it, it's just the energies are too intense for me to pull in for the collective. So I was like 10 minutes into even just doing a Cancer reading right now, and Cancers are purging out a lot. It almost made me feel like I was gonna pass out. I couldn't do it. I had to go lay down. So I don't know what it is. My energy is too sensitive. I can't do it. Maybe, and I felt to talk about this here, so maybe it's a sign for some of you if you're trying to, you're trying to branch out being a tarot reader, right? And maybe the energy is too powerful or too strong for you. Be careful, right? I don't know. I don't know. Some of us have very, very, I know that I'm highly sensitive, that's why I always have to have crystals on me, protecting me going out. I've always known this, and I go out places, even if it's just Walmart, grocery shopping, we get back, I have to have at least 10 minutes where I can just, by myself, where I can calm down, relax, release the energy. Sometimes I lay in the bed for 10 minutes because it's a lot of the energies that I have to purge them out, right? So, I don't know if anybody else can relate to that, right? But I felt to talk about it. So right away I had 3 cards jump out of this deck. So we're going to take a look at those while I pull some more up under your energy. This is the new Gothic Oracle that I got. It is so beautiful. And I haven't wanted to use it yet because of the eclipse energies. And I know that we're in between eclipses, right? So you still this chaotic energy, but my daughter, helped me find this deck. Look at this one, caught my eye when I was shuffling. Look at those red wings. It's so beautiful. We're going to pull that one too. So I'm going to get 2 more cards, and you're going to get to see what this deck is about, right? So yeah, definitely subscribe to the channel if you have not. You guys know the more I feel your energy, the more you come out in my readings. So I'm just going to focus on the little collective that I have, right? Y'all are so beautiful. Okay. And maybe as a message, some of you may be trying too hard to change what you are. Just do what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel comfortable. I know whoever, even if I'm just helping one person, that is so beautiful, right? But I know collectively, when we're the collective consciousness, the energy gets put out there, right? So, it does. We are all interconnected. We really are. And that we feel each other's energy, vibration, frequency. We all add to this collective consciousness. I don't know how else to explain it except like thoughts. Everybody thinks that our thoughts are in our mind, right? I've always known that literally our brain is to run our body. And the thoughts that we have that go on repeat, that's why they do that, are to kind of safeguard us. So we're constantly replaying, what happened in the past to protect us, right? It's how we learn things. It's kind of our defensiveness, that's the only thing our body knows, up until the age of 5, right? 5 or 7, where you're programming your mind, you get burnt by something, that's hot, I won't touch this again, or whatever, you know what I mean? That's why you're supposed to be able to recall memories. But there's supposed to be a part where we started to awaken and knowing that our bodies are ran off a chakra system, that we have a second brain in our solar plexus that connects us, all of our feelings go into more. We're, that really we telepathically communicate on higher levels, right? That's why it's that are psychics labeled that way. It's just because we didn't shut down. We didn't get conditioned to not using those abilities and gifts, because a lot of us, have it very strongly within our families. So it was easier for us to awaken it, or it was meant to, but a lot of us are chosen. As my channel, my platform is for the chosen, the healers, right? We came here to awaken everybody to knowing that, we are spiritual beings here, and that they've shut us down, and haven't really taught us the way everything really works. But a lot of us, it's like, I'm getting like, to be able to mass control and apocalyptic, I'm getting, like zombies, like everybody's on the phones and things like that. All that's doing is getting you to constantly focus your mind there and in electronic devices, and just keep running off of repeat off your mind, where you're not connecting, where you're not distancing yourself from your thoughts. You have to basically get out of your head to really start to think and connect with others, right? And a lot of people just don't understand that. They don't know what that is, to disconnect, because we were supposed to start to learn that around the age of 5. There's basically a whole new way of thinking, right? Now you want to start to connect, and babies just do that anyways. It's just it gets shut off because it doesn't get used, It's just like, I knew right away my star child, like she was like 4 months old and could tell me exactly everything that she needs, because I was so, like, she could just tell me anytime she needs something. Like, it was, I remember thinking like, wow, you were just, an epic star child. I know every single thing that you want, whenever you need all this stuff. Like, she never had to even talk to me, because I could just feel the energy. I just knew everything, and I knew that she was a very advanced soul upon being here too. So there was that too. I was like, is she just extremely advanced, psychic, star child, whatever? But then I realized my gifts are very enhanced too, and I do the same thing with all of my children. Like, I know what it is they need and things like that before they come to me, that. Anyway, I'm going really deep with this. What I'm getting at is that we're all really collectively, it's like, okay, so anyway, it's like thoughts are really outside of the body, right? Because we're all really connected, right? So when you're thinking something, others are able to see your thoughts, and that's why like-minded, that's why it's like, if you don't pick up on a thought or an idea, somebody else will, and it goes around, and you could be talking about something and then your friend starts talking about, because we're all really connected, right? But they don't explain all of this to us, right? But that's why you're able to finish each other's sentences, know what each other want. That's why you attract to, because the people that you're really surrounded with, you're sharing this collective consciousness and stuff, and you're creating your life with each other. It's like, if there's all these energetic, or I'm getting like it looks like spider, webs, not webs, but I guess cords just all dangling down, right? Because it's just all connected, right? It's not just like your thoughts go and float around. It's like when they go up, somebody else can access them. I don't know. I'm trying to explain this with what I know to be true and the download I'm getting and the feeling. But they're telling me to talk about this. Okay. So, and it's like, what I'm getting to is like, the ones that you're connected with, okay, you all go to like a certain place, right, where your thoughts and everything go to like this certain like section. It's almost like if there's levels to this consciousness, all right? And it's like people that aren't on your vibrational frequency, they're tethered in by like another cord or whatever. But it's like what's happening is like I can definitely connect with all the energy that's within the collective consciousness of all the energies that are surrounding me on a certain frequency. But it's like when I tell the divine source, my spirit guides, to open me up, right? And then I breathe and I calm down, and then it's like I go up into this consciousness, but then I go further, right? And I open it up to more. That is when I start pulling on that, and there's been times I get rapid downloads, right? And I forget what that's called, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. But it's times like that I get those amazing downloads, and I have some of those readings where I don't even know what I'm saying, but it's all coming from somewhere. I've given some amazing readings, but those are times where I'm zapped literally afterwards. I have to go lay down for like half an hour, so I don't know what it is, but it's like with the collective readings, it's like because of the spiritual advancements and the level of consciousness that I've received, it's like now if I try to open up to the collective readings, it's just like I automatically zoom, I go to this level, and then I try to pull it all in, and it's just too much for me. So I don't know if any of that made sense to anybody. This is just me trying to explain what I'm sensing. How it works. I don't know. I might have just lost a bunch of you. But that's what I mean. Like, these levels of consciousness, they're unlocked at certain levels. And you get this understanding. And it's different because it's not just like an understanding of the mind. It's like, when you know this stuff, it's, you feel it. And then when you feel it and it's like you're pulling this information, this guidance from other places in your mind, you know that you're getting it from the collective consciousness. So it's different. Like, it's more like it's like as we're learning and stuff like that, you know, like when you learn stuff and it finally makes sense to you because it's explained to you, like, something means close to you, and you're like, oh, okay, that's why, and you keep moving on. Like, that's literally what this is like. Like, I get a lot of the answers, but a lot of times the way that it's given to me, I'm not good with reciting it back and explaining it in the same way, because a lot of times too, when I do receive these downloads, these guidance about how things work, it comes very, very fast, and a lot of times it happens when I go into almost like trances, because I know how to, like, it's almost like hypnotizing myself. It's I'm sure there's a name for it, like deep meditation or something. It's not just normal meditation, but this has all been me trying to figure out everything, to being my own spiritual teacher, just pulling this this stuff, you know, through me, through, you know, my spirit team, totally relying on source, right? So I don't know, this is going a lot deeper, but it's interesting because it's just, you know, these eclipses bring in these major things. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about this stuff now, but it's just interesting. Maybe they wanted that me to explain that, to make sure that I understand. I really don't feel that I explained it very well. I don't know. If you guys aren't following this, then it's just something to think about. Like literally, things are really not as you have been taught and told in school. Like, you basically, you know, you have to know that school was to teach you how to live in this world in the 3D matrix and the way that they controlled it to be mind controlled for you. They really didn't want you to be thinking outside of your head. They wanted you to think that this is your only, you know, brain, and, you know, and that's why, you know, things have been like, you're not supposed to be living a life of routine. Okay. And so basically that's pretty much what they teach you, is that, you know, time and routine, like time is real and routine, and that, no, time is but an illusion. It's really not real. It's bendable, it's shapeable, you can pause it, you can move, just, there's so many things. And I'm sure I just lost a lot of you like, what, you can pause time? Like, yes, you can. If you ever, you know, you know, yes, have you ever noticed that time will slow down and speed up time? How long have you sensed that? Gosh, time goes by fast when I'm having fun. Or gosh, it slows. Yeah, okay. There really are alternate realities. There really are, you know, multiple dimensions. You really can astral travel. You're just, when you go to sleep. Okay, oh my gosh, I need to stop. All right. It goes very, very deep, right? But you have to be wanting this knowledge, and it's like as you start to, yeah, look, hidden depths in North Star. I'm going to take these as last two. As you start to like dive into this, right? It's like the ocean, right? There's so many levels, and it's like when you think you've uncovered some, you go deeper, and there's more, and there's more, and there's more. And you know, the darker or the deeper that you go, the more magical and majestical and things like that there really are. And, you know, just like with all these things, like look at these cards. We have mermaids and unicorns and dragons and fairies. Yes, they're all real. They are. You know, everything, all of the things literally are real. They're just not in your current reality, or maybe they are, but you don't see them because you say that you don't see them. You know, just like you have to be a believer. I see fairies all the time. You know, I mean, I call upon the fairies, I work with them, but do they come around when there's lots of energies? No, I need to be walking by myself. You know, there needs to be a safe environment for them to come into. It's always wrong flower. Like, do they come in to visit me in my room? No, they're out in nature and things like that. You know, just like the dragon realms, I call in the realm of the dragons, and I feel their presence, and I know that they're here, and I get the strength and the courage and the passion, and a lot of times they come help me stand my ground and things like that. Do I see them here in the physical? No. I feel them. I work with them all the time, though. There's different realms. I mean, when astral traveling, yes. Going to different realms, yes, but that's in a meditative state. And some people say, well, that's dreaming, and dreaming is not real, and things like that. That's what I mean. There's many different levels, but there's way more beyond than what you can see, too. Your eyes are literally like a projection of your consciousness and what you allow and can see it. And that's a lot of the reason why, too, you cannot see things that you believe are not to be true. Okay? Your eyes can play tricks on you, too. If you believe something, you can see it wrong and things like that. You know, your eyes only see so much, too. Like, I love to sometimes just sit in a room, right, and just relax and be focusing on one area, but really looking out, you know, what is it, your peripherals or whatever, like corners, because that's when I'll see the little, the different realms, because a lot of them just, they're more shy than we are, right? Like, and that's where I've noticed, a lot of the shadows and a lot of the things that were going on in my house, because I constantly hear things getting knocked over in my house and a bunch of chaos. I had a bunch of I don't know what they were, but they were like little tiny like gnomes almost, but kind of like darker, like they were little chaos causers. They would come and stir up things, and lots of times things would be moved and things would be missing, and it was these things, and I really don't know what they were, but like just like poltergeists are really real, the demonic things that come through the electronics. I talk about this stuff all the time with like the live feeds. You have to be very careful. That's why I don't watch a lot of lives, and it's why I don't do lives, because I'm too susceptible to the energies. I literally feel it come in, right? There's so much magic to this world. There really is. When you start finding it, uncovering it, like when you really start to open up and you start to believe, you start to see more and more and more and more and more. All right, I'm going to stop. Okay, let's go into these cards now, right? Gothic Oracle. Wow, I'm going to remember this reading. Whatever, I'm going to say whatever. I'm not really going to hold back. So a lot of times I'll be like, no, I can't talk about this stuff, you know, because it's just hard, because I don't have a lot of people in the physical, right, that talk to me about the other realms, that go to the other realms, that astral travel, that do these things. Like when I started to realize that I could do that, and it's like literally there's times that I could be here but I can be other places, but it's like as soon as someone needs me, I can come back like that, you know. But there's so much. Okay, I gotta quit, I gotta calm it down. All right, so anyway, this Gothic Oracle, oh my gosh, so beautiful. I have no idea what the cards are because this is my first time, but listen to just the background, right? So imagine a landscape of lush forests and majestic mountains inhabited by dragons, fairies, and unicorns. Here you will also meet beautiful enchantresses who harness their magic and share it in an oracle. Maybe this is why, too, pulling this deck, feeling the magic of it and the fresh flowing energy just really has me coming out, right? So through seemingly far away, this fantastical world reflects your own experiences and desires as it activates your intuition, leading to profound wisdom and insightful guidance. See, that's why a lot of us are guided to these beautiful, it's like the images. There's something with images, like a lot of times too, I'm given a lot of things by pictures and visualizations, and it's like when I get it, then I get the whole story. That's why these cards are so beautiful, and people wonder, what does it mean you're an intuitive reader, you know, and things like that. Because literally I look at a picture and I get a whole story, right? But I can't tell you just everything, so I've got to pick parts out of that story to be able to tell you, and then this story goes with this story and it bleeds together and it tells the whole thing. That's why sometimes we'll be reading tarot cards and you will see beautiful intuitive readers will get a story, you know, that nobody can ever duplicate, or nobody can ever sometimes get the same interpretations of the cards and things like that. That's what the difference is between just a tarot reader and an intuitive reader. Like, anybody can be a tarot reader. Anybody can pick up a deck of cards and learn the meanings and lay them out. And they could still pull off your energy, yes, you know. But it's way different and neater when you have a psychic doing it. Because when you have a psychic doing it, they're going to be reading it intuitively whether or not they know that they are. There's a lot of tarot readers out there that don't even realize that they're intuitive readers, that they're psychics. They just say, I'm a tarot card reader. But when they're telling a story and they're getting into those cards and they're floating away and they're starting to tell you things like, how did you know all of that stuff? Yeah, because they're being a psychic. And really, it's like, people look at psychics like, you know, like, you have to have special, like, we all have these abilities and these gifts. All do. You all have more than the standard senses that they've taught you to use. Like I say, you come into this world using all of them, but then they dumb us down and tell us and that we're, you know, program us off the brain and not open us up to our chakra systems and to get these downloads. And they do things like fluoride our toothpaste and our water supply, which calcifies things. And oh my God, don't get me started. All right, I'm going to be quiet, not to mention all the foods, all the chemicals in the foods blocking everything. And that's a big thing, too, when you learn to start to distance yourself from the fluoride, you know, and, you know, you start to be more careful with the foods that you eat. You start to just all of a sudden, you're like a sponge, you know, right? You always absorb everything. And so if you're filled with all these toxins and everything, you're blocked off. But then getting like a sponge, getting like shriveled up, you know. But then it's like, as you start to get all of these toxins and everything, you open up, and then, you know, you're very porous and you're able to just absorb so much more. It's like you learn so much more really when it's quiet than when there's noise. Listen to that, right? But they always create chaos, right? Things are always fast paced. You think you learn so much on these freaking, because you're frying your brain, you're rapidly processing stuff from your mind, so you're not able to connect to source up here. But you put the damn phone down, you go outside, you're going to learn far more and get way more intelligent advice, you know. Oh my gosh. All right, there we go. This deck's doing it. Okay. So let's get into the readings of the cards, right? So let me tell you what they're first, and then I will go off. I'm working. All right, so the Roseberry. Look at how beautiful this is. I love all the reds and the purples too. It's so vibrant. So we got the Roseberry, and then the Serpent spell. Some of you could be under some sort of spell work too. A lot of things, the spell work and things that pull you into are the phones and the devices, the social media platforms, things like that. You don't realize how good it feels to get attention and comments, and when your phone goes off, the hits that you get, and yeah. So you, like, literally, I'll get pulled in. Like, I'll tell myself that I can only scroll for like a few minutes, because yeah, I love getting on this stuff too, right? But after a few minutes or whatever of scrolling, I pull myself off, right? Silverback. Let's hear another dragon. I don't even know how to say this one. Arcanavara. I don't know what that says. I'm going to look it up here. That's a beautiful fairy there. Hidden Depths with the mermaid. And North Star with the unicorn. Beautiful. So, this has to do with definitely higher levels of consciousness, higher levels of ascensions. We really are in this period of creating. It's literally like you're either going to level up, raise your consciousness and your vibration to go to the new earth, or you're going to stay in this dense 3D matrix. It's kind of like, I was explaining to my daughter today, I'm like, You don't realize that when you're negative, this negative energy, right, you can't have positive things happen. So you're going to be around dark people. You're going to have dark things happen. Things are going to break. Things are going to set you down. Things are going to, and it's like everything I kept explaining to her that was going on, it's because of the dark, dense energy. And I'm literally like, you want to make new, beautiful friends. You want to, you want to have fun. You want excitement. You want all these things that you want. They're all up higher than where you're at currently. And if you keep saying these things, I can't get this. You keep talking about all the things that have happened, all of the, what like you have to get out of these things, like you can't sit in that shell, in that water. You got to get out of it pulling you down. You have to raise your vibration, whether you have to show up in a higher vibration, and then these things come in. These things that are high vibration are just like up here while you're down here. If you want them, like you can't have self-pity and wallow, or you can't have any of this stuff. You have to come up. So you have to raise yourself up. And how you raise yourself up is just like every time you let go of something, and you start to be grateful and thankful for the little things, starts to elevate you. Every single thing that you're grateful for. But that's why I say, like, you don't have a lot to be grateful for, then be grateful for the little things, right? Like, I'm going to tell you right now, like, if you have a home right now, you should be so grateful. Just having a home, if you have a car, if you have food every day, if you have water, if you have electricity. Those are the little things that you shouldn't ever take for granted. And they're very, very big things to be thankful for. So starting to be grateful and thankful of those things, elevate you up, right? Okay, I'm getting really warm in here, but I don't want to move the fan. All right, so, all right, anyway. Elevate yourself up so you can attract these things. All right, so let's look at these beautiful cards now. Ooh, so the Rose Fairy. So I'll have to look them up by, there should be, oh, maybe not. Oh, there's fun little spreads to do with each of these. If you guys like this deck too, I will be doing, more of the spreads and the readings. I like to just go off of what the first cards are that come out. Okay, so let's go here. If you've drawn this card, you may have been scratched by a sharp edge of love. To give your hearts, romantically or otherwise, may have left you unguarded, a prey to the dishonesty of others or an unkindness of circumstances. Ooh. Unfortunately, love and pain are intimate sisters, unable to separate. Wow. So this is a card that you get when love has hurt you in a way. It has to do with pain. So for some of you, you went through a situation where pain needed to open your heart up to love. A windswept fairy lands on a tomb where beautiful blood-red roses grow. They are enticing, but one must remember that every rose has its thorns. Love is in many forms, and sometimes most of us desire, whether it's care and attention of a lover or the warmth of a friend, a parent, or a child, that you yearn for. Like the red rose, a symbol of romantic love, it can be beautiful as it unfolds from a first delicate meeting to a committed relationship in bloom. However, to be open to love is to be vulnerable to pain. One cannot exist without the other, like the crimson flower decorated by the thorns. So it's about being vulnerable too. Maybe some of you, like I was talking about my daughter, right? And how she's needing to let go of pain. She's needing to let go of these things, So, wow, all right. So that's interesting. That was the first card that we've seen. So, and Serpent Spell. Okay, so it's got to be before this one. Wow, prayer for the fallen. Huh. Or no, after. What am I doing? There you go. The shadow self. Huh. And I was going to say that she looked like Medusa. Doesn't Medusa have the snakes in the hair, right? Yep. So, Medusa's sliver... Medusa slivers towards us. Her hair tangled of snakes wreaths and contorts above and around her. Her arms are outreached, commanding respect from all who come near. In Greek mythology, the cursed Medusa was punished by Athena for betraying her. She was sent to a faraway island and transformed physically, so that no man would ever desire her. However, this did not stop Medusa from beckoning people to look into her direction. One glance from her hypnotic eyes would turn whoever looked at her into stone. There are many things in life that we would prefer to not act, acknowledge, or look at closely. The slithering serpent, banished to the recesses of our own mind, represents the shadows within ourselves that we would prefer to stay hidden. It is important to remember that we all have a shadow self, and it might manifest as jealousy, anger, laziness, or self-sabotaging beliefs that prevent you from attaining your dreams and having a healthier life. Since we can never diminish nor heal the dark serpent within us, it is advisable to get to know it. Facing your demons and accepting them can actually be a positive thing to do. Understanding why we become jealous or angry can uncover a path towards a more balanced way of living. Wow, so this is what I'm getting here with this strong pain. Just like as I was talking about my daughter, like her pain stems from the fact that, you know, her father has abandoned her and has never been there for her in her life. You know, and even though I've always, you know, been there for her, showing her my love, it's never been enough for her. And if you guys have been following my channel, I've been talking about why I had to let my daughter go, and I was fighting to get her back was because I let her go off with her dad, and, you know, it was the only way. Like, it was so much pain that I was losing her, and I couldn't, you know, she was destroying everything in her life because of this love that she needed. And I was like, well, she can't get it from him. Maybe she can get it from his side of the family. So I sent her to go live with her paternal grandmother and get to know that family, but they ended up destroying her. And now I have to do all the recovery work of that. But it was something that she needed, though, right? And she needed to get to know that. She needed to try, right? You know, so a lot of times, like, it might not even be pain. This could be, you know, pain that's going on with you or within somebody close to you for it to come out in the cards, right? Or maybe it's just for you to learn this, right? To know this, because it is my energy, right? And like I said, I've literally been working a lot with my daughter today and everything too, so I know that her energy is very much coming out, right? But it's, so, and it's kind of like, this is what she feels like. She's been saying, like, I'm cursed, I have no friends, I have all of this stuff, but, you know, all of these things, because it's like this, you know, family, her other side of the family was so broken, and they went through a lot of trauma, because, you know, it's inherited, it's within the bloodlines. Like, they weren't loved enough. Like, her father was abandoned when he was a child by his father and his mother, so he didn't know how to love. So trying to explain to my daughter, like, it's not that he doesn't love you, he doesn't know how to love himself. He's got past hers, doesn't know how to love you, so he just walked away, and it's the same thing, right? So, you know, it gets carried down or whatever. So anyways, trying to teach her that she's got to let go of these wounds. She's got to love herself. She's got to let go of the pain, you know, and stop sabotaging everything and coming up, right? So, but pain, you know, can be very hard to process those things. And that's why we cover them up with anger and jealousy and all of those things. So you really you got to face the shadow side. You really have to embrace those things and know that you're perfect as you are. There's nothing wrong with you. That's the biggest problem that we have, is they make us seem like things are wrong with us, that we always need to be fixed. We always need to have a better diet. We need to, you know, take our, you know, our medicines and our vitamins, and there's always something wrong, that we always go looking for something wrong. I'm not saying that it's not good to do those things. Of course, it's good to take care of yourself, be healthy, you know, eat healthy and things like that, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with you. You first need to start saying that there's nothing wrong with you, even if there's not, and just go towards what you're ever guided to change. Because if you say that you're perfect about something, then if you're not, then the universe is going to guide you to something to make that come true to you, you know? So it kind of like works that way, like, kind of like, it's like if you tell yourself, like, I don't need to take, like, I know, okay, I'm trying to explain this frequency, because it's kind of like, I don't know, it is for me. It's like, yes, our words are literally a reflection of a reality. Like, you command the universe with how you talk and speak and what you say to be true. That's why I say, you know, don't say things like, you know, I don't ever have any new opportunities and things like that, because then that's a projection that you're going to have. But it's kind of like, I don't know where it works with me, because it's like sometimes if I say certain things like, I have more than enough of this, or I have all of the vitamins that I need, but then Spirit shows me like, no, look at this one you're lacking, or whatever. To make that true for you, here you go. And now by me doing this and this getting brought to my attention, now it isn't affirming what I say to be true. So you have to be open to, I get spiritually led a lot. And so I don't know if it's going to work that way for everybody. Just be open, right, to knowing that if you are saying something because you have the intent of bettering your life, be open to what you then see, then what the universe does show you to make that complete. Because it's like you have to work with the universe, right? It's kind of like in a video game. You know, if you're going along your path and they know that you're depleted in a certain thing, and then you get those little bubbles or whatever, maybe you come over and what to show you what you can level up and get. It's kind of like that, but it's like if you don't choose it, you just keep going on, it just kind of floats away, things like that. It's kind of like loot in this world. Like you're given a lot of opportunities, you know, and a lot of these things happen, right? It's just like when, like I was thinking, I was just like, it would be really nice to have a bunch of juices and things like that and get more vitamins and juices. And then someone's walking by with donations. Hey, do you need any juice or whatever? It's like, yep, there it is. Because, you know, but it's like if I wouldn't have taken it, it just goes to the next person, things like that. Oh, I'm talking about different things in this one. So it's all about projections. I'm really getting, this is a major time of purging and healing too. So these higher timelines come in. Wow, I just realized how beautiful with the dragons. The dragon, look at these cards. It's like the dragon. See how it's in the corner of the cards, and it's covering the skeleton with the flower. It's so beautiful. This deck is amazing. See, and I would have went against it too, because when it said Gothic, right, I was just immediately thinking darker side, and I know that there are some dark tarot decks, right, and I do embrace the dark side, but I don't want to pull in dark spirits and my dark energies. So, you know, because I have had some decks that were too dark and too heavy, and if there's not color and things like that, it puts me in a darker place. So I would have overlooked this, but my daughter drawn me to this, right? So it was very beautiful. And I love the red and the black right now. It's just because I really feel the strong energy of you're really activating a lot within your root chakra, and you're healing a lot of, you're embracing that shadow side and that darkness, and it's setting you free. So it's what's meant to happen. When you start to realize that these things happen, this darkness within you, it's so powerful when you can learn to embrace it. Because for some of you, like, you need to realize that some of the wounds that you have are literally within your bloodline, which means you have them because your parents had them, your family had them. So it's not even, it's like you were set to have that happen. You know, it's just like my daughter, you know, having these abandonment issues and stuff. Like, she doesn't realize that same thing happened to her mother and her father, right? So that's why she has those things, and she's actually battling them, you know, and overcoming them for them, right? And so, you know, and for her. So anyway, don't make an enemy of these things. Use them to level you up. And then we got respect, silverback. So an angel and a dragon dance high in the night sky. As she holds her face close, the meeting of the eyes is both tender and filled with curiosity. His scales are like brushed iron, his wings like turquoise cape. Her feathers are refined and soft, her skin's delicate and silky. With many similarities, there are striking differences between these dance partners. Their differences make them an interest to one another. They are both cautious and respectful of what make each of them who they are. We will not always agree with everyone we meet. It might feel natural to push back, but we are all entitled to express our opinions. Listening to others is the first step towards showing respect for their beliefs. If you draw this card, you might need a reminder that not everyone will see this world the same way you do. Respect is a choice, and it could be important for you to take a more open-minded stance or accept that another person's view of life path is not your own. In some readings, this card will ask you, it is you who is being disrespected. if you feel this to be true, it might be time to address bias or unfair treatment. It's just like I would love to have more people to talk to about like the downloads that I get, the spirituality that I go through. But the few times that I've tried to just talk a little bit, I get excited to my family. I immediately get shut down and argued with and and then like, I get stuff thrown at me, you know. So it's like you really can't. That's what's so beautiful about free will. Nobody gets to tell you how to live your life, what to do. When you start to learn, you live your life for you. You discover, and it's more fun when you discover the secrets to the universe and the keys and the hidden things. And it's just like people do get jealous and envy of it, you know. Like I manifest whatever I want and desire. You know, material was first, right? And things like that. And these experiences and the opportunity. There's some people like, I'm working. Like, how do you get all that? Like, it's not fair and all of this stuff. And it's like, no, it's because I do the work, right? And so, yeah. And if you choose to go down this path, you get these secrets, you know, and you unlock these gifts and you get them. So, all right. All right, let's keep going because my children are wanting my attention. Wow, underneath the rose fairy is caution. That is what this one is about here. So, I'm not going to read the whole description of the card because this will be too long, right? But that's the first part, then it gets into the message, right? It is only natural for us to be cautious when we are greeted with the unknown. This fairy may be beautiful, but poison runs through her veins. This is a time, therefore, to find out what you are dealing with before making a decision. Wow. So if you have drawn this card, caution is required since rushing into something could result in bad or even dangerous outcome. If you are considering investing funds, signing contracts, or trusting others with something you hold dear, then a little extra research would be worthwhile. We all need to be cautious at times. Although our modern problems may not be frivolous as facing a venomous spider, they could cause disruption with everyday life. When this card turns up, prevention would certainly make more sense than cure. Wow, that's interesting. Huh. There's a lot of powerful cards. Do you see this? Like we got like the Shadow Self, a Medusa. Wow. So, There's a big closing out, I feel. Like, this could really be going on in your life right now. See, and then there's respect, shadow self. Wow. So you're really needing to, like, protect yourself, but be cautious, standing up for yourself. See it, yeah. Somebody I feel has been allowing for far too long. With pain, shadow self, respect, and caution. Yeah, because it's like, too, if you find yourself in a, like, precarious situation or, like, a dangerous situation, right? Where you need to stand up for yourself, like, you do have to do, you know, it responsibly. You know, like, and that's something I've always worried about, too. Sometimes I feel as though my readings will empower others, right? And get you to where you want to stand up and not have fear. And I'll give those readings. You need to have fear. You need to have courage. You need to have strength. You need to move away. Well, get all fired up in these readings. I don't want someone to be like after this reading, like, that's it. I'm doing it. I'm leaving, packing their bags, going to stand up to whoever they need to when they get home and then get into a fight, you know, and get hurt and things like that. Like, you have to be smart with it, right? Like, sometimes it's better if you can do things quietly, meticulously, you know, not telling everybody your plans, not showing everybody. It's just you get that strength from within, like, all right, I'm going to make a major change. I'm going to do this for me, but try to do it with less confrontations, right? Or to take the gentle approach to it, right? Like, having boundaries for yourself and standing up for yourself could literally be walking away from somebody that is degrading you, that is saying these things to you. It doesn't mean that you need to stand up and fight fire with fire and say everything back to them. You know, it could literally be you just you removing yourself from that situation, right? So, I guess that's what I'm getting with the be caution card, right? Like, this into eclipse energy. a lot of chaos energy, a lot of aggression, right? Things like that, you know, is coming out. So where'd I grab this? See, I want to keep playing them. These cards are beautiful. I can already see these are going to get very powerful messages as I pull them along with tarot when I'm pulling on collective energy. So this is like me introducing the deck in this reading, and I will do more readings that when I label what like I'm doing just an oracle reading, I'll have just the oracle deck on it. But I'm going to be pulling some of these to go off the energies, you know, as we go, because these are neat. All right. Let's, and then hidden depths. See, things, secrets. What? See, some of you, like, you could find out about a hidden secret. Wow, hidden depths. See, an alluring mermaid lies inside a watery cave. If you look closely, you see she holds a skull under her hands. Wow. Beneath the ripple of the seawater, there are more bones, jewels, and money hidden away from view. Ooh. Everyone has secrets. Of course, not all of them are scandalous or salacious. Some are just those parts we keep deep within that we don't wish to reveal to anyone else. It may be our feelings, personal experiences, or on occasion, things we might be a little embarrassed about. If this card is turned up in your reading, then it is asking you to consider the value of secret. Remember, it's interesting, as I was saying, keep things hidden. I didn't know. Be secretive, right? Now might not be the time to tell others what is on your mind. Oh my gosh, see? As it could cost you later if not everyone respects your secrets. It's one of the most powerful things that I'll tell you what, that I've learned to do. Times that somebody really upsets me or even says something that's a lie, and times I want to jump back and I want to have something to say, but instead I go, no, I'm going to say nothing. I'm not giving them the satisfaction of pulling that energy out of me, of giving them the energy of rage. And then instead I release it, because then I actually take that anger and I've alchemized it. And you know how much more powerful it is when you can take something like that and you can release it without having to project anger. It is such an awesome feeling. It almost gives you like a dose of like a drug, I don't know how to, I don't really like to talk this way because I do not support drugs whatsoever. It's why people get highly addicted to them, you know, but you know, like drugs are not like, but that's what people get addicted to, you know. With drugs is the feeling that of the euphoria, you know, especially, you know, with painkillers, you know, and narcotics and stuff, that when it starts to be released, that feeling, you know, but it's like the oxytocin or whatever, like Oxycontin or whatever, like the oxys, it's the same thing, you know, that they've created or whatever. It's like that that feeling that you get, but it's like you can get that same feeling that, you know, because you're calming yourself, you're taking that anger, but then you're releasing it. So it immediately gives you that feeling of like, you know, it's way, it is such, when it's natural and it's not made, it's your own power and control. And the more that you do it, the more empowering it is. And when you start to learn that you can stop from letting people flip you and have that power and control over you, you gain all of this strength and courage, right? It's one of the most powerful things. And it took me a little bit. There'd be times I'd go back and forth and be like, God, I was doing so and not saying anything. But there was only so much I could take before I reacted, you know, and stuff. But it's such a powerful feeling when you can pull back your energy and you can have control over and not letting others have control over you. So think of it that way. And like, it's, you know how like much more empowering it is, and like when you can keep a secret and not disclose things, you know? So yeah, that's coming out. All right. So In some readings, the hidden depth suggests that a secret will be revealed by someone else. And that's why I don't worry about secrets. Like, if they're meant to come out, they will. It's just like, you don't want to be the person that delivers. You know, it's just like, sometimes stuff is given to me, and in the past it's been given to me. I'm like, whoa, should I go tell this secret? And then at the same time, like, no, because it's their business. Like, you don't know if it's told in the right circumstance, if that person could be more forgiving because they're told from the source of the person, that it could be far more embarrassing when it comes out through a friend, and maybe less forgiving. And I don't want to be the reason. You know what I mean? So it's better to stay out of things if you can. So, something you have been unaware of will soon rise to the surface. While it could be easy to expect the worst, surprise gifts or positive announcements can become a part of this card's message too. So, sometimes there are, like, sometimes I give the thing too, like, if you maybe you don't want to ruin something. It's like, say somebody is trying to plan like a birthday party or a surprise party or an engagement or something, so they're having to take phone calls to plan things out. But if you're snooping around and things like that and spying, or like if somebody's trying to save up money and stash money away on the side, maybe you find her something, like, maybe what if they were saving up to buy you like an engagement ring or something like that, but you're going to ruin it because you're going to call them out on it. That's why you really shouldn't be sneaking around and questioning people's. It's like, if it really is, like, when people do try to disguise and hide things, like, it's always revealed. If it's not going to be revealed from the person, it's going to be revealed from another source. And that's why you get to trust with this universe, is that everything comes to light. Nothing can be hidden. It's like, the more you try to hide something, it's like a bobble. Like, it's going to pop back up. The more like attention that's put to hide something is going to make it come to the surface. That's just what happens. So, yeah, just go with the flow here. So, I mean, I'm more getting it in this reading, if you're wondering. How I'm more feeling is, it's just more you need to keep yourself secret, your plans, your things. I'm getting more she's being more protective of what she has, because it's like, if somebody like knows that you're leaving or something like that, they could try to take all of your money, your treasures, or things like that, because it could be more to hurt you, because it's coming out next to the caution card. Right? So that's where I'm getting, be more secretive with your stuff with caution, right? Because this is coming under the shadow self, things like that. All right, but like I said, with these collective readings, you could take them in imaginative ways. All right, because it has to do with North Star, like somebody maybe, or maybe you're getting revealed something. It's like, sometimes you may get revealed a secret or something that's going on. Just because a secret gets revealed to you doesn't mean that you need to cause a huge fight. Well, I found out, like, the best type of revenge and punishment is literally like leaving somebody and not even giving them the chance to fight back for you. Just them knowing that it's like, say maybe you find out about a secret or something, but instead of fighting and giving that person the satisfaction of seeing the look on your face, of seeing the hurt that they caused you, of seeing what they've done to you, like literally you just leaving and walking away, and them never getting to, apologize or you know what I mean? Like you have, that protect for yourself, that respect for yourself, to walk away, to know that something's done. Like if somebody was keeping dark secrets and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe there's that, why something is being called. And maybe, instead you alchemize, and you take that hurt and everything, and then you alchemize and you push it towards your pursuing your true life path, right? Because the universe is going to bring in what's right. And we're right in Libra season. This North Star, I can already tell you, is like a justice card. This is aligning you with like your destiny. All of this happened to align somebody with their destiny. This pain, it was almost like somebody might have been put into your life to kind of like break your heart, but they had to do it to get to your heart. You weren't open to receiving love for whatever reason. Not every situation is different. Like I was talking about my daughter and childhood trauma and stuff, but I'm getting for like a love situation. This is somebody that like, somebody had to get to your heart. Maybe you were always in these relationships where you never truly let somebody into your heart. So you finally get into a relationship where someone gets close to you and shows you love and you open up to love. But then, of course, maybe they break your heart, right? But it's like this person ultimately, they had to get to your heart, to open your heart, to get you to even feel loved and know what love was. So ultimately they were preparing you. Right? So aligning you, because this is about alignments here. But being protective and going through the processes and the pain and the shadow work and then the respect. Whatever this happened here caused you to get into your respect, right? And then maybe it's getting tested here. Maybe somebody's trying to see what control they have over you. This could be the big test before the major leveling up. This could be like the last betrayal or the last secret or the last thing that's hidden. To see how much respect you have for yourself. Are you going to go back into the pain? Are you going to go back into that? Or are you going to... I feel that you've already respected yourself. You've already started to stand up. I feel like whatever this is, like it's already happened. Or it's already something. I don't feel like this big impending. I feel that it's just something that you've already addressed, right? Somebody challenges you again. Somebody does something again. Or it's some sort of residual pain or whatever. Or just another test, another thing. But I feel that respect is a big thing here. I feel somebody's been disrespected. Right? And sometimes it's not even the person. Like a lot of times we immediately go to our love situation, our lover, right? That's why I keep them open. This could be a family member. It could be a coworker. It could be just something that's triggering some sort of pain, something, right? But immediately, it's like a lot of times they're toxic family members, because those are the people that we let into our lives and influence us the most, because we tell ourselves, oh, it's my family. I have to have them in my life. No. You don't. And I keep talking about my daughter and the pain, right? It's like toxic. It's like every single time she talks to her father, it's like he's like Medusa to her. Because it's like every single time she talks to him on the phone, you know, she just wants that validation. He doesn't realize that he's a sadistic, narcissistic person, that all he ever does is talks about himself and puts down others. And it's like he gets off on the pain of others. And that, you know, every single time that she talks to him, she just wants that validation. She's waiting for him to show her love, to ask her about her, to talk about her, to, you know, show his love. So every single time she talks to him, and the conversations are always about him and never about her, or saying anything beautiful whatsoever to her, instead of tearing her down, it turns her, you know. And then it keeps pulling on this wound, and it's a sick game. That's what I mean. It's sadistic, that he's got this devil dark energy of control over her. And he doesn't even realize that. He thinks that that's love. His conception on love is so broken, because he's so damaged, because he hasn't been able to heal from his childhood wounding, abandonment from his mother and father. That ultimately he needs to learn to love himself, to actually feel what love is, so he can actually show love to his daughter and to his son. And some people, it's just too hard to do the pain. They can't love themselves, because your parents can royally screw you up. And, you know, it's like if we've gone your whole life, it's like it's foreign to not know what love is. I know, I've been there. Like, literally, like, I was so broken and never shown love. Like, I didn't know how to give love, how to receive love. I didn't even know what real love felt like. And it took this, someone get into my heart. Right? To actually be like, wow, you know, like, and it took many times that, right? And like, he would literally have to grab me, force me to hug him, force me to get, like, I know that sounds wrong at first, like, what? Someone gonna force you to, but it was like, because it was like, I know that that's coming off wrong. Like, times I'd be mad. He's the only one that's been able to, like, flip me out of these times. You know, joke about it. Like, anybody else, I'd be mad and angry, they just walk away from me. Right? He would know how to get me out of my, like, fits, trance almost that I would get in, because I kept going to this place every time I would get mad and things like that. But actually the love of having patience and being able to handle me and be able to get, you know, and be able to get me, to break me of those things. And then ultimately led into a bunch of problems, because my children got to see me showing love and receiving love in ways that they've never seen, because it was healing me. So then they were not, that's what I mean. So it can be a very complicated, very layered situation, right? That's what I mean. Very much it could be a big influence of a family member or something, right? But we don't realize how much, you know. But, you know, but you can't have hate for your parents, right? Because it's because they were so broken, right? And so not loved, and, you know, so, and it goes down the bloodlines, right? But that's why us chosen ones are here, because we have such high, we're filled with so much love that we came with this Christ consciousness of love, and we get replenished and refilled from that, and we're able to forgive and release all of this, where yeah, our parents couldn't do that because they weren't chosen. They didn't come here with that unconditional love to be able to release it. That's why we came here. That's why I told you my platform is for the chosen, 144, the healers of the world, right? So we're here breaking up these very, very powerful curses and demonic forces that have been running rampant through these bloodlines in our families, right? All right, so anyways, very powerful. What was I on? Hidden secrets here. All right, wow, this reading got to an hour. All right, let's get the last card. All right, the North Star. And we'll close out this reading. Guys, definitely subscribe to the channel if you have not. This is such a powerful deck. I am in love with it. I'm going to keep pulling cards off this in my readings leading up to Halloween, because this is my new deck. I like to get them around the holidays, right? And this is my new tarot that I got, the Goddess Love Tarot, which is erotic, divine, feminine deck. So it's very powerful. I told you I'm feeling a lot of this root chakra, right? So this is going to be my new Halloween deck and my new oracle deck. So I will be pulling cards each day up until Halloween, right? I always do daily readings, right? So know that the more you watch me, the more I feel your energy. So keep that in mind. And if you do watch me daily and just one reading does not fit with you, then it was for another one of our soul group members, so don't worry about it. But like I told you, I get lots of channeled messages and divine guidance, so which you can see even just watching my reading, even if the cards don't pertain to you, you get a lot of enlightenment either way, right? All right, so wow, North Star acceptance. This is, see, it's like this darkness, but then respect, right? And acceptance. So I'm going to read the whole card, right? Okay, so the interpretation of the card is: a unicorn appears to smile as the young woman tenderly strokes his chin. His single horn points toward a bright star in the sky. This is the North Star, also known as Polaris. The star is one of the most well-known astral bodies. It remains in the same spot above the northern horizon all year, while the other stars circle around it. The North Star is a fixed symbol and doesn't change. It doesn't rise or set. With this in mind, this card represents the things that refuse to budge, or what we cannot control. Despite being the architects of our lives, there will always be some things that cannot be altered. Wow, if you have drawn this card, you are being reminded that not everything can be fixed or changed to suit. We can't control the weather on our wedding day, for example, or change someone's mind once it is made up. In a reading, you may be advised not to pursue something that is clearly not working. While you may be in a position to move some mountains, there will always be some challenges that cannot be overcome. Accepting that not every hurdle can be jumped is a sign of maturity, and it could save you a lot of disappointment. So it's very beautiful. See, for some of you, like literally as much as you look somebody in the face and you tell them to respect and honor you or you're going to go, for some of you, they're never going to change. And sometimes, I mean, I can't say never, because for some of you, like, it's going to take you walking away to get them to change. So for some of you, you just need to honor something and walk away and let it go. And like I say, you may be needing to do it quietly, like especially if somebody is just constantly down a destructive path and just keeps hiding things and not respecting you. You know, sometimes you just gotta walk away. All right, just a minute. All right, guys, so I'm gonna close out this reading. I'm sending love and light to all of you. Definitely like the video, claim it energetically. That's just by liking it. You can feel free to leave comments below, emojis, all of that. If you do want to leave me a donation through my Cash App, I would appreciate that. I do get more decks and candles and things for the channel whenever I get donations. So thank you guys so much. Love and light to all of you. Bye, guys.